Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to round out the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. We're looking live at a sunny morning at Road Atlanta. We're about to see a 24-hour race decided off. We say hello to not just the fans on YouTube, but to the Sports Max app. Welcome everyone. This is our first stream over there. So, if you haven't heard of us, we are Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. We are one of the best, one of the fastest sim groups in the Caribbean, and we're going to show it to you guys here this evening. CMRSC gives you the finale, where we're going to be seeing a couple championships being crowned here today, including the DPIs between Danny Nasir and Jaden Harrison. In the GTE class, can Martin Webster, the Guyanese, do it? Can he put it on the top of the standings to give himself the final spot in the race of champions? We're also going to get a trailer later today after the race. We're going to be seeing what that's going to look like. CMRSC, IMSA, Road Atlanta, the finale is here. And let's get this one underway. And clear skies out here today. A lot of drivers were hoping for rain around here, or seeing the forecast, rain might have been out. Doesn't look like it on track, and we are looking clear. Many drivers take to the circuit, including the likes of Oswin Wilson, Marlon Young, Martin Webster, DeVille Park, Jaden Harrison, Danny Nasir, Brandon Smith, just to name a few, and we might get a couple more entering into the fray. And what a championship it has been thus far. We have seen everything. We've seen some of the best racing around here, and it is all coming down to this, to the final round. I do want to make a shout out here to the folks over at JSRA, and I want to thank them so much for giving up this opportunity to stream over on the Sports Max apps. We see Oswin Wilson going for a little bit of a spin there, but thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to spread our platform overseas and over through the Caribbean. So hopefully you guys enjoy this race out here. We have a wonderful race for you guys coming up. 8 minutes of practice left to go. Then we have a one-shot qualifying 6-minute session. Then it is the main event. 24-hour race simulated in 1 hour. It's Road Atlanta. Who's going to take it? 2 classes to watch. We are currently looking at the GTE class, consisting of these 4 drivers. We could have a couple more to hop in very soon, with the likes of Oswin Wilson, Marlon Young, and Martin Webster, as well as the Jamaican DeVille Park. In the LMP2 class, 3 drivers here, might see 4, but it is down to the top 2 that we see here. Jaden Harrison, the Jamaican, versus the Canadian Guyanese, Danny Nasir. Brandon Smith is going to be a thorn in both of their challenges to get the championship, as the points are very close between them both. But Brandon Smith, the American, out here in the Hamidal DPI. Can't wait to see how this race unfolds out here today. 7 minutes left to go in free practice. Just want to go over the current point standings to let you guys know who you should be watching out for in just a moment. For now, I want to listen to these cars go around the track as much as you guys do, so I'm going to shut up for a couple seconds. Let's turn it up. man, I just love the sounds of these GTEs and prototypes out here. So we're looking at the Acura of Danny Nasir. You can hear the Porsche screaming in the background. But just under 5 minutes to go. The drivers putting in their last bit of practice before we get this one underway. If you're just tuning in to the YouTube stream or you're watching us live on the SportsMax app, we welcome you here to Road Atlanta. I'm your host, Rahul Nasir, and this is Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. And we have a really good race coming up here for you guys today. So stay tuned. This might be your last chance to get something to eat, get something to drink, and sit comfy. Because this is going to be a race you're never gonna forget. Now, just doing a couple of checks over on both stream sides, because this is the first time we're actually streaming on 2 platforms at once. So just doing a couple extra checks to make sure we are good to go for this stream. About 2 minutes left to go. See Marlon Young practicing his pit entry. All eyes are going to be on a couple drivers here today. One of them being Jaden Harrison, the fan favorite Jamaican, as he is on the back foot for this championship here. And just to tell you guys how different that championship is, Danny Nasir, who's leading the points, is at 139. Jaden Harrison, no practice, not that much practice overall in the week. 116, so he's truly on the back foot. But the only thing that's going to help out Jaden Harrison is triple points. So he's going to need to win this one. He's going to need to take pole position if he wants any chance to secure this one home. Looking in the chat here, crossing fingers for some good racing in the last round. Martin is 1 point short from you after practice, so all he has to do is finish. And JSRA, blessing, good luck, and one love to you all. Thank you. Likewise, man. Daniel Tavener, yeah, not too sure if we're going to be seeing you on the track. Doesn't look like it. So, Martin Webster just needs 1 point to seal the deal. And with triple points, unless he somehow doesn't finish in the points, or retires out before 75% of this race, that is the only time I see Martin Webster failing to qualify. So all Martin has to do is essentially in this one, finish within 75% of this race. If he retires out in the last 25, he'll be fine. And he'll be advancing. But hopefully we can see a good race from these guys. We do not hope retirements from anyone, that's for sure. We want to see some fun racing out here. If you haven't checked it out last week, we do have a brand new safety car system in place with some fancy graphics. Hopefully you're going to enjoy those when we get to those. Practice has complete. I think it's time we hop into the live chat at the top right-hand side of your screen. You're going to be seeing live radio. What's that? Great question. Every time a driver talks, you're going to be able to see who it is in chat. Very similar to how F1 does it with their live radio. So, yeah, as practice comes to an end here, Jaden Harrison's going to come across a line, a 110.2. Can he beat that? Yes, he can. A 110.1. Really submitting himself down there with a personal best, as he is the one to beat out here, and if Danny Nasir has anything to do about it. It really is a winner-take-all situation in that case, but Danny Nasir, with that point advantage, Jaden is really going to have to do a lot out here. Let's join in to the Discord, and let's hear these drivers one last time before we get this one underway. Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club live from Road Atlanta. If you're on the YouTube side, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. You can also join us if you look at the descriptions, find our Discord. You can join us through there and enjoy the action coming up. Mic check. Thank you.
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Very loud and clear. Thank you. All right, so free practice coming to a very end. I think we're gonna get ready to advance up the session. And as practice comes to an end for the final time in this championship, we're now looking at the current table. So it's gonna be a very interesting one. One thing I'm very curious to see is the X-Play drivers against Oswin Wilson, and DeVille Park is very quick too. That GTE class might stay together for this whole race, despite the numbers. It could be very interesting out there, but we're just a minute away till we get this one ready to go racing. Let's take a look at these cars one last time with 30 seconds left to go here in before we get over to the new session. So there you see the Acura green and pink done by, I believe that's Lance Nasir. That's for Danny Nasir. Then we have the Valhalla cars of Hemi Dahl, Brandon Smith. There we have the Young Knight Racing carbon and gold, Jaden Harrison. Some stock BMWs there we see in the background. I think that's a Corvette from Curtis Gregory. And then the two green X-Play machines. Practice is at an end and qualifying may begin. Qualifying has started. It might take a couple seconds till the time of day just switches back to an early afternoon, and then it should be daytime for you guys there. So good luck. Single car qualifying for the final time, triple points, so that is 9 points for pole position. Good luck. And here we go for the final time in this championship. Let's have qualifying commence. Just gonna wait for the live timing to get up on our screens here. Waiting for it to load here. Not too sure why it's not loading. There it is. Hello. All right, so wait, qualifying begin now. This is going to be a very important session, the final qualifying session for this championship. Who's gonna take it all home in this one? All right, so as the drivers come around, they're gonna be getting their flying laps. Jaden Harrison, Danny Nasir already on the mark. And as of right now, you may notice, where are the cars? Well, great question. The cars are not out just yet for us to see, but it is a solo qualifying going on where all the drivers are by themselves on track, similar to iRacing's qualifying format, where they're all on track right now. We just cannot see them on stream. We have to look at the numbers. These are the numbers, fun fact, that I look at. That's the race director and the commentator. These are all the numbers we're looking at. So there's very minute details, including delta, last laps, best laps, current tire they're on, the sector time, and what lap they're on. These are all very, very important details of information that is very overlooked. You look at F1, you look at the timing board, you may look at it as finding where your favorite driver is. You gotta more look at it as the gaps, what the last lap time is for the drivers up ahead and behind. Is there anyone that goes faster? Those are the really two crucial points. As we look at the times, Danny Nasir finding purple in the second sector while Jaden finds purple in the first sector. So they both come across the line now. Danny Nasir first to come across the line, but it's Jaden Harrison who takes it by almost a second. It's a 1:12.4 from Jaden Harrison, followed by a 1:13.3 from Danny Nasir. Brandon Smith, a 1:13.4. Let's take a look at those GTEs now as they come across the line. Marlon Young, as DeVille Park puts in his first time, a 1:21.5, beaten out by Martin's 1:19.2. It's his actual personal best overall. Unfortunately, Oswin Wilson and Marlon Young getting it wrong in this first shootout. They got about 2 laps at least in this qualifying, as both Harrison and Nasir on the back straight for the second time, and Jaden is going purple. Purple, of course, meaning you are fastest overall. Green meaning it's your personal best, and red meaning you're just off the mark. But Jaden is looking for a flyer here as he comes around the final corner. This is going to be a very quick time. A 1:09.8. What a lap from Jaden Harrison. What can Danny respond with? No improvement from Danny. Possibly a cool down lap. But Jaden Harrison, personal best from him. Brandon Smith, a 1:14.3. That's his personal best. Here comes the GTEs. Is Oswin going to get his banker lap in at least? As he comes across the line. No, but he is on a flyer now. DP now, DeVille Park. As well as, I think that's Martin Webster overlapping each other. Martin Webster with a 1:18.8 continues to dominate that pole position. This is going to be very helpful. And if he could take this pole position, that should be the ROC seat locked in for him. If he could take home pole position. So it's looking pretty good for him. And of course, that's what all the drivers aim for at the end of the day. The playoff spot. Where next week, we head in for a 6-round championship playoff. Where we're going to see the best of the best go at it. As Jaden Harrison with a 1:09.7 is once again improving. Danny Nasir, anything? No, nothing. Danny Nasir cannot put it down here around Road Atlanta. But like I said, the drivers all year long are working towards what we're coming up to next week out. Race of Champions, the playoffs of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. We are in the regular season for all these championships. As we head to the ending, who is going to be the Caribbean Motor Racing Champion? As Oswin Wilson says, I'm going to take that now. Pole position goes to Oswin Wilson, and they have 30 seconds to go. Danny Nasir, Jaden Harrison, and calls it quits. But Marlon Young takes it by a 10th. Marlon Young is like, I'm taking it back for the X-Play crew. And Martin Webster comes across the line. Do they have time left? Yes, they do. Personal best from Martin Webster. Marlon Young. It's shaping up. Marlon Young's calling it quits. Pulls off to the side of the track. He's done. 3 cars to go. Brandon Smith, Oswin Wilson, and DeVille Park. With Marlon on pole, Martin Webster is gonna have to sit in the pits knowing that he's not won that Race of Champions spot yet. It's all come down to this. Can Brandon Smith put that car on the front row? He's about a second down. Comes across 14.3. Stays a 14.3. No improvement. Here comes Oswin Wilson. Doesn't look like it's any improvements. Not really beating out his personal best. It's all gonna matter here as he comes across the line. It's a representative pole. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oswin Wilson takes pole position here at Road Atlanta. One more car to go. Does he come across the line? Yes, he is. It's the Porsche of DeVille Park. Comes across the line. No improvement. as he improves himself, but that's qualifying complete. What a run. All right, fantastic qualifying, guys. Congratulations to your top 3 in the DPI class: Jaden Harrison, Danny Nasir, Brandon Smith. In the GTEs, it's Oswin Wilson, Marlon Young, and Martin Webster. So that means 9 points are going out to Jaden Harrison and Oswin Wilson. As the drivers all come around. All right, we're just gonna get ready to advance the session. Before we do though, make sure you guys have those strategies set in place. Pit stops mandatory here today. That means a mandatory tire change. So make sure you guys do get that done. I'm gonna advance the session in just a minute. So yeah, make sure pit stops are set up. And other than that, 1 hour of racing. We're gonna be going through night and day for this one. And yeah, Jaden, I'll just wait till you load back in completely, and then you should be... I'll advance the session.
Yeah, they didn't have the race admin now.
No worries. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. Make sure you have that race admin app enabled. If you'll know you have it enabled if you could see it somewhere on your screen, where it just says OSRW race admin and just plain white text. If you could see that somewhere on your screen, you're fine. Don't gotta worry about it. We are gonna be doing the rolling start with the VSC stuff. I believe everyone from last race is here, except for Oswin Wilson. Oswin, you're new, so basically, since you've had that OSRW race admin app installed, make sure that is placed somewhere on your screen for you to be able to see. You're gonna be able to see VSC lights come on through there, as well as the how fast you're supposed to be going. So yeah, very straightforward once you see it, and once we're on the grid and the lights go out, it'll be a rolling start, and that is where you're gonna be able to see it there. So I'll give it some time. I do see some drivers disconnecting, reconnecting back in.
I'm not seeing the race admin app.
Did you install it?
I don't think so.
Well, I think that's the only way to enter the server. Do you want to do... You can do a quick install of it. I'll send it in the general. All right. So there's the app there. If you want to go quickly install that, that is what you're going to need. Install that, and especially make sure it's ticked on in your app settings. And that's going to be very crucial. And yeah, once you have it, it serves kind of similar to Real Penalty, but you're going to need to make sure it's on your screen. So once you download it, you tick it off in Content Manager. Then you just got to go into your app bar once you're in game, and then you just put it somewhere on your screen.
Yeah, I have it. I just didn't have it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, you need it to be able to enter the server, so I was confused there. Yeah, make sure you guys all have that. And we'll be on the grid in about 38 seconds. As the drivers are getting ready now, the crowd starts to go wild. As they realize that this is the final round, they're going to be cheering on for their favorite drivers out here one last time. Drivers are going to be put on grid very soon. I am so excited for this, guys. If you are excited as well, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're on course for 450 subscribers. That'd help out a lot if you can hit that subscribe. But the sun comes down, but it'll come right back out in just a moment. All right, you guys are on the grid now. 2:24 left to go. Oswin, is everything all good?
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah, you're locked on the grid. So once we do the rolling start, if you want to quickly just put one hand on the mouse and just drag it onto your screen, because I don't think it'll be on your screen after you install it. So as long as it's ticked on, you'll be able to see it on that sideboard when you're dragging in apps. And once you do, just drag it in, just put it somewhere on your screen. I normally put it like right under my virtual mirror. That's the best way to put it.
Every time I click on it, it does sign race admin deactivated.
Sorry, what was that?
Every time I click it, it sign race admin deactivated.
Oh, don't worry that it says that. It's activated. As we're getting ready to go for this one here, guys. Just quickly entering back into the server here. We get some fun little screenshots here to look at before we get on to the grid. Minute and 12 seconds. And here we go. This is it. This is the finale. The 2023 IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. We are live at Road Atlanta, and it is next. Here we go. With 18 seconds left to go, we begin this one off. All right, so rolling start, guys. Rolling start. Gonna see the lights flash up on your screen in a second. Once the lights go out, it'll take a couple seconds to load. So the drivers go on for their rolling start.
Virtual safety cars deployed.
So you're gonna see VSC deployed. Once that counts down, that is how you're gonna be able to see when VSCs do come on. So it's not gonna be controlled by me. I'm not gonna be seeing when VSCs come on anymore. You're gonna be seeing it from that countdown there. Just to give you an example. But this is the rolling start here, so yeah, the flashing lights will go away and you're gonna hear a countdown to when we go green. That's when we go racing. So I don't do the countdown. I don't do when we go racing. That is all controlled by the game. So you're gonna see a countdown similar to how the VSC just started. And yeah, that is how we're gonna start off the race. So once you guys get onto the back straight, start closing up to the car ahead. And once you cross over the left and right, when you're going down the hill, double up. And we're gonna split up the GTE cars midway through the back straight, and we're going to split up the both starts, of course. So DPIs are gonna go ahead, and I'll let you guys know when to split up. So GTEs, you're gonna keep your 80 kilometers, and the DPIs are gonna speed up and go up to 100. All right, here we go. This is it. This is the finale. If you're excited, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. 1 hour of racing coming up now. All right, we're gonna split up you guys now. So GTEs, you guys can slow down just a bit. And DPIs, 100 kilometers, 100 kilometers. Lance, you can come up unless you're... Yeah, and Lance, you can overtake the GTE cars right now. Overtake them. So let Lance this here through. Lance, catch up quick, catch up quick. You can overtake him. You need to get to the DPIs. All right, so the countdown that you're about to see on your screen is for the DPIs. So just get ready now, guys. GTEs do not go on this.
Get ready, going green.
Remember, stay put GTEs. This is only for the DPIs.
5, 4.
And here we go.
3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go!
And there they go!
This is your platform to perform on.
As I get a Wix ad over here, we go racing here. Danny Nasir takes the lead early on.
How did I get a drive-through on that?
GTEs, get ready. Green flag, green flag. And we send them off as well. Brandon Smith saying he has a drive-through, so I think we're just gonna... Should be cleared now for you, don't worry. And we go racing here as Marlon Young taking the lead early on from Oswin Wilson. Danny Nasir took the lead from Jaden Harrison as they all snake down the hill. Let's get this one underway now. As they all rush down the hill, crowd goes wild. Going up the hill early on here as we look in the background, or the foreground I should say, Jaden Harrison already wanting to make this early on as he looks to the inside. He needs the lead and he needs to win this one. As he goes to the inside, no, cannot get it done, backs out. Oh, Brandon Smith sliding it on corner exit. He's off, Oswin Wilson is off. And the VSC is gonna come on.
Virtual safety car is deployed.
Oswin Wilson off the track.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And VSC is deployed for the first time. All right, everyone can bunch up here. Everyone can bunch up, and it's going to be a single file restart.
Sir, order.
So leaders are turn 3, and turn 4. So VSC out for the first time here. We had a couple incidents. DeVille Park getting into the rear of Oswin Wilson. Pits are open, guys. Pits are open. And Oswin does get back up, but he makes contact with DeVille Park. We did see Brandon Smith spinning as well. GTs, you got to catch up. You got to catch up. You can go full speed, just no overtaking. Leaders are entering the back straight. And Lance Nasir slowing down once more. Not too sure what's going on with his car there. But the sun is coming down early on. We're going to be going into the night very soon. So they're on the back straight, on the back straight. And these guys are catching up very quickly now. All right, we're going to go green at the end of this lap, Lance Nasir once more sliding that car. Not too sure what's going on with Lance Nasir. I think Brandon Smith also possibly jumping the queue there. He's looking good there. All right, GTs, get ready to slow down your pace. They're coming up very fast. They're up ahead. You guys can start slowing down now. All right, we're gonna go green this time by now. Get ready for the countdown. Single file, guys, single file. Here we go.
Get ready, going green.
As all the drivers are lined up now, let's take it to the skies.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Brandon
Go,
looks like he's
go,
backing
go,
them
go,
up.
go.
Lance Nasir not having a good start, already running backwards through the order there. Lance Nasir bumping out. I think that's the Porsche of DeVille Park as they go through into now turn 1. Looks like one car going off. And that is Marlon Young as he gets back on. Now going through the braking zone here. Oh, it looks like Martin Webster off once more. As they all go down the hill. Lance Nasir, what is going on with him? He's consistently slowing down, speeding up. Not too sure what's wrong with him. Oh my goodness. Traffic ensuing. There's something wrong inside that Cadillac. Oswin Wilson having to brake. Maybe braking a little bit too much because there goes Martin Webster. DeVille Park defending the inside, but it's side by side for the lead. Danny Nasir made contact with Jaden Harrison, and he lets go of the position. Meanwhile, new race leader. In the meantime, there we see Lance Nasir going off with 3 cars going through past him. There's something really wrong with Lance Nasir's car. He might have to take it to the pits early on. But here comes Martin Webster in the Aston Martin. Looks to the outside, the inside of the straight here, but now going to be the outside of the next couple of corners. DeVille fights it hard in the Porsche. Does he stay ahead just about? What a start. Here's the sun comes down very quickly. DeVille Park very close by there. Oh, DeVille off the track, it's back on. Osmond Wilson watching both of these cars, waiting to make a move now. In the T1, he has some better speed than DeVille. Quickly on the brakes down, Oswald Wilson, as the sun is now going to start blinding these drivers out here. In the meanwhile, Brandon Smith under a second from Danny Nasir. If it was F1, we'd say DRS is enabled. Unfortunately for Brandon, he's going to have to take this one the hard way. Oswald Wilson, though, is staying very close with the competition up ahead, but it's Marlon Young who's able to sail through 4 seconds up the road. As they go on board with DeVille, he's kind of sandwiched through here. This Guyanese sandwich. 5/10 the difference between DeVille and Martin Webster, as well as Oswald Wilson and DeVille. 1:14.4, 1:13.7, 1:14.3. So Danny Nasir looking faster than the competition ahead, and it speaks volumes because Danny Nasir has found himself on the rear of Jaden Harrison. Jaden running off the track, very much off the track. Here comes Danny Nasir around the outside, takes the move. Danny Nasir back, leading this race. Good stuff there from Danny Nasir. The Acura, so quick around here. In the meantime, Osmond Wilson running a little bit deep. Off the track almost. Stays put, but there comes Jaden around the double right-handers. Jaden looks very quick out of corner exit under the slipstream now. Does Danny stay in the middle? Yes, he does. Jaden around the outside of this straight. That's going to slowly turn into the inside for Danny as Marlon goes off the track, and he's going to lose the lead. In the meantime, though, side by side, so much action. Can Danny hold on around the outside? What magic is this? Brandon Smith is up there as well. Still side by side for the lead. This is your championship right here. He gets it done. Brandon is going to follow through. Jaden down to third. Marlon Young and Martin Webster looks like they're switching positions. And there we see Jaden Harrison as well getting the move done. The crowd is going absolutely nuts out here. Wow. Martin Webster, Marlon Young swapping positions, it looks like. And the crowd is going to get right back on their feet there as this battle ain't over yet. Brandon Smith is following very closely as the sun goes down. We get to business here. Brandon losing them out in the double right-handers. Jaden Harrison, another chance. How long can Danny Nasir hold on? It's like goosebumps, flashbacks to Luca Andretta versing Martin Webster. Early on, this race is looking very good for these guys. Here comes Jaden onto the inside, has to lift off, no space for him. The door is closed on him. Down into the lefts and right to the final chicane. The last braking zone of the track. The sun is out of our sight, I should say. And the night sky has showed its glory out here as Danny Nasir holds off a feisty Jaden Harrison. If you're watching on the Sports Max app, you are cheering on the Jamaican of Jaden Harrison fighting against the Canadian Guyanese of Danny Nasir. And we have a battle for you up here right now. This is your fight for the lead, and this is your fight for the championship. Jaden Harrison desperately needs to win this race if he wants any shot at glory. Brandon off the track, goes for a 180. He's off by himself, it's gonna stay green. Jaden Harrison using a lot more curve than probably he wanted to. Brandon Smith back on the track. Lance Nasir up the road. What's that going to mean for the race leaders? He's been very slow. There's something wrong with that car, but he's just limping it home for some points. He is also in this championship fight as well. Jaden Harrison into the braking zone, but in the meanwhile, there we see some positions being made. Oswin Wilson gets the move done on DeVille Park. Your other Jamaican in this race. 1/10 though the difference between Danny Nasir and Jaden Harrison. And Lance off the track completely, so no issue there for the drivers. Off of the lead, Jaden Harrison looks for a move into the inside. Might have scared Danny, didn't complete the apex there. Danny thinking he was already on the inside, does not get it done. Let's get that rear camera on Danny Nasir. There you see how close Jaden Harrison is as he inches closer and closer up ahead. Jaden Harrison now, another chance at glory. 46 minutes left to go, plus one extra lap. What does Jaden do in this scenario? Keeps in the slipstream. Danny Nasir, does he swing to the inside? No, he does not. And Jaden Harrison is not going to take that bait. Because you remember, if you take the inside into turn 1, that means Danny is going to have the inside for turn 2, the second turn in that chicane little complex there. We cannot get our eyes off this battle here as both drivers doing identical lap times. Do we switch cameras off of this battle? I do not know. This battle is heating up very well here. As Jaden Harrison still follows close as they all go down the hill. Meanwhile, we can look at the other battles as Marlon Young up in the lead, followed by Martin Webster. Then it's Oswin Wilson who's closed that gap down very quick. DeVille Park finding some pace as well. Lance Nasir backing up Brandon Smith. That is not what Brandon Smith needs in this one. Needs to get past him if he wants to have a chance to fight against the top drivers. Just 20 seconds already the difference between Jaden Harrison and Brandon Smith. Here we go, another chance. Jaden Harrison still follows in the slipstream. 44 minutes, and it is dark out here. Brandon finally able to get the move. Oh, Danny Nasir decides to switch to the defensive. Was it a late call? I don't know, but Jaden is going to take the lead here at Road Atlanta. Maybe not the best of runs. Danny probably knew that and was like, screw it, I need to defend the inside or he's going to dive it. Danny Nasir, as you see 2 seconds off that last lap. And Jaden Harrison is off into the distance now. Can Danny Nasir pull it back? We will find out, but Jaden Harrison, your new leader. In the meanwhile, the X-Play drivers create civil war once more. The last time this happened, they both made contact. That was lap 1, turn 1 at Indy last week out. Martin Webster beginning the charge onto his teammate. Probably talking to the guys up ahead as, oh, look at this! Marlon Young off the track, almost collecting Martin Webster, and the positions have swapped. Martin Webster will take the lead. Marlon Young is probably going to be kicking himself, losing out that lead early on. The guys in the booth, up in the pit lane, did not say anything about a position swap between both the drivers. But now that puts Martin Webster in the lead. Oswin Wilson, all race long, had to catch up from contact between himself and DeVille Park. He has started to gap now. DP, as now it's 3 seconds off between each other. Oh, look at this, Marlon Young getting a better run. Here's the thing, I think Marlon Young is actually quicker than Martin Webster through the first 2 sectors of this track, but it's Martin Webster who can get it better in the 3rd sector. It's very interesting to see how this race is unfolding as we watch it now here live. But all these GT drivers on very, very similar skill levels between each other. If you're watching on the SportsMax app now, we welcome you to an exhilarating finale to this IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. We are looking live midnight here at Road Atlanta. We just missed out on Jaden Harrison taking the lead of this race. But not to worry, we saw more action coming up now in front of your screens, actually, because Marlon Young challenges Martin Webster for the lead of this one. All meanwhile, Martin Webster has the company of Lance Desir up ahead, who's had a whole bunch of trouble, who's just limping that car home. He's not that fast around here. Let's see how they maneuver past him. Martin is gonna have to be smart about lifting through this section. Very slow. Oh, Marlon Young, way too slow. Where is Oswin? There he is. And you hear the reaction from Marlon. So upset. He had to brake a little too much and he loses it to his rival out here as Lance Desir around the final corner. And so much traffic between the two. Oh, it's Oswin.
Virtual safety car is deployed.
And Lance Nasir, I don't know what's going, but he's in the pits.
5,
Lance in the pits
4,
for that.
3, 2, 1.
All right, VSC deployed, guys. So the leader is on the back straight. Yeah, that was not too sure what that was, but it just looked like it was a little bit of a train effect where one guy slows up a little too much up ahead. You just got caught out of it there, Marlon. So leaders are on the back straight. If you've not caught up to them, you guys are allowed to go full pace. But early on here, what a race this has been. And what's crazy about all this is that with the yellow out, it bunches everyone up together and we start this one all over again. This is fantastic. Unfortunately, though, Lance Nasir, Oswin Wilson coming into contact with each other, but it's kind of sorted itself out as if he wasn't there. And one thing's for sure, we have no idea what's wrong with Lance Nasir, but he does get, looks like the black flag from him, and...
Pits open.
Indeed, pits are open, pits are open. We're gonna see who does take it into pits. Looks like it's Brandon Smith. This is gonna be very interesting now. So yeah, Jaden, keep that pace up, 80 kilometers. Just so we can get everyone caught up, then we can go back to 100. Interestingly now, Brandon has nothing to lose. He's in pit road now. He's not gonna get overtaken, I don't believe. Actually, he might. There's a chance. Regardless, though, he'll be the first one to make his pit stop in this race out of all the other drivers. We're gonna see, does anyone take it into the pits? Doesn't look like it. Do we see possibly, I think that's a Porsche. Yes, it is. Now DeVille Park in. Now remember, DeVille Park did do a pit stop early on in the last race. Now, unfortunately, though, Brandon Smith is going to be on the back foot of this restart. All right, we're going to go green on this lap. Green on this lap. 100 kilometers for everyone now. 100 kilometers. And as the night sky is fully at it here, I just want to find the time of day so we can watch this one for you guys here. There it is. So, not even midnight yet. We're coming up to 11 p.m. here at Road Atlanta. DeVille Park is going to have to speed up now. All right, all the drivers are on the back straight. If you haven't caught up, they're on the back straight. DeVille Park, the last driver to catch up to this order. He should be able to, as long as he doesn't make any mistake and run off track. But as it stands right now, it is Jaden Harrison, Danny Nasir, Martin Webster, Marlon Young, Oswin Wilson, Brandon Smith, and DeVille Park. We've lost Lance Nasir, but he does get the black flag out of this one. All right, DeVille, you're catching up to the pack. Just be wary of how fast you're going. All right, this is going to be a very interesting restart now. All right, we're going to go green on this lap. Get ready. All right, here we go. As they come around the final couple of corners. We should see the countdown. Come on now.
Get ready, going green. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we
Go,
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 racing!
go, go, go.
Green flag! And there we see a better start coming from the X-Plate drivers. Jaden Harrison up in the lead. One of the X-Plate drivers making it up ahead. It's Marlon Young. As they go into T1 now, Brandon Smith is going to be on the back foot of this restart. Danny Nasir was not able to replicate what he did the last time around, and he stays in P2. There we see Oswin Wilson getting very close up to the rear of Brandon. Brandon needs to get past these two cars up ahead if he wants this strategy to work out for him. Let's try to find these two cars up ahead. There you see Brandon Smith. He needs to be smart about how he overtakes these guys, because remember, now they're fighting for position. Very close by. As they go on to the straight now, he should be able to get him. Meanwhile, the gap between Danny Nasir and Jaden Harrison.
Scared me, Brandon.
Pulling up to 2 seconds now. And there goes Brandon Smith.
To say one or go?
What was that? If there's any penalties on your screen, it's all been cleared now. So, Brandon Smith overtaking the last of those guys. And luckily for him, he just has...
Restart, is it supposed to say one or go?
Go. When it says go, then overtaking is allowed.
Well, it said 1-1.
Did everyone else see that? No worries. I'll investigate it. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, so in the meanwhile, DeVille Park, not too sure what happened on that restart, but that does explain why he did not have a good start. So he's going to have to do some catching up. One thing's for sure, Oswin Wilson has caught up to Martin Webster. Gap between those two guys, 7/10 as they get on the back straight. And Marlon Young is up there as well, as Jaden Harrison is doing what the team needs to take this victory. Wilson now in the slipstream, 4/10, 3.5 into the braking zone. A little bit of lockup for him as they go through the chicane. Still stays very close, I'll say that. Take a look at these times. Marlon Young, 1:19.0. Martin Webster, 1:19.2 and a 1:19.0 for Oswin Wilson. DeVille Park, 1:19.7. So a lot of drivers, well, within a second of each other. As a good sign. That gap has closed down between Danny Nasir and Jaden Harrison. 1.5 now. Danny finding some pace in the first sector. We're going to come back to that shortly as Oswin Wilson starting to close that gap. As we look on board with the Guyanese of Oswin Wilson as he fights off the X-Play Cafe duo in that X-Play game shop. They're both currently racing right next to each other. Oswin Wilson now has to really work now. Oh, it might be a little bit easy for him as Martin going a little bit off. Do we see Oswin pull it to the outside? Yes, he does. Maybe can he switch it to the inside? Probably fake it. No, he's going to commit to the move. Side by side for P2 in the GTE class. Can he get the move done now around the outside? Martin Webster holds on for dear life. Just about keeps this one alive. Not the best of exits, however, because Oswin Wilson onto the inside. Does he complete the move? Just about. Martin Webster, oh, he's going to live just about. And Oswin Wilson, a ballsy move, gets it done around the final corner. Oswin Wilson now up into second place in this GTE class. Good racing from him. And now Oswin Wilson can start working on the race leader, Marlon Young. Gonna see how different the pace is between them. DeVille falling behind just a little bit. 3 seconds the difference. Martin Webster, however, has not left the slipstream, and I think he needs to stay in it. As a little bit wide on quarter exit as Martin Webster sends it up the inside. Oh, it's contact! All right, Martin, just give that position, swap positions. And Martin Webster sending in the dive, has to let back the position for a dive bomb through there. He got excited, but couldn't get the move done there. Race control steps in. .8 the difference between the leaders. We're going to look at how Marlon Young is doing up in the lead. A 1:19.1 for him. These two next times should be very slow. 1:22 and 1:22, yep. And let's check out DeVille, 1:21 for him, so he still needs to find some pace. Martin Webster, however, is finding some pace. Going into the tight complex of road Atlanta, it's a very quick track. And with a very simple track like this, it's all about just minimizing everything as much as possible against the rest. And Martin Webster, with 31 minutes to go, we are officially at halfway in this race. With one extra lap and 31 minutes to go, Martin Webster finds himself 5/10 behind the BMW of Oswin Wilson. We're on board with MW here. The guy he needs now. If you're watching from the X-Play Game Shop, shout out to you guys. As you're watching your main man, Martin Webster, as he fights his way up the order. Had a slow restart, put him down into second after leading it. Then now down into third. However, Martin Webster finding some pace. A 1:18.5 for Martin Webster and a 1:18.7. Both of them putting in personal bests, but Martin is the quicker one. Running up the hill now. It's a blind braking zone and apex. Martin Webster just missing out. Oswin on the mark though, extends it 2 extra tenths, down 5 tenths now, half a second between the two drivers. Martin is pushing that Aston Martin. Let's find the rear camera of Oswin Wilson. As there you see the gap between each other, your closest battle we have on circuit. 29 minutes, 40 seconds to go and counting. And a little far back is Martin Webster this time around, but he is faster, it looks like. We're going to take a look on these laps to see their lap times, how fast they're going. We're going to start off with Marlon Young this time around. Marlon across the line. 1:20 dead. Oswin, 1:18.8 and a 1:19.1. Oswin Wilson. Very quick, that lap. And holding himself up very well, of course, Oswin Wilson, who was so close to that race win against Luca Andretta back at Road America 2 rounds ago. As they go up the hill, Martin Webster, 5 tenths. 4 tenths even. As we are at 3 a.m. here in this race. Possibly in 10 minutes time, we should be seeing the sun come out. It's 10 minutes in our world. So who knows? One thing's for sure, these drivers do need to make a mandatory pit stop. They need to come in the pits once to change their tires. The only 2 drivers who don't need to are DeVille Park and Brandon Smith, who are currently playing the long game out here, with Brandon 20 seconds off and DeVille 11 seconds off. It's going to be very interesting to see how they unfold when they come out the pits. Both of them pulling off a very, very big undercut. We're going to see how they do now. In the meanwhile, though, Oh, Martin Webster, hold on. Martin Webster, possibly listening to the stream, is listening to what I have to say. Into the pits. Now, this is going to be very interesting. Oswin Wilson, now with a bit of freedom, has to start pulling ahead. There goes Oswin Wilson, now with some clean air. And where is Martin Webster? He's now exiting out of pit road here. What do the drivers up front do to react? As they go through in the chicane complex, check out what Marlon Young does. Marlon Young stays out. Martin Webster, the only one who pitted. And DeVille does not need to pit. Very interesting between all these guys. So, as Martin Webster starts to close this gap up between himself and DeVille, 154 on his outlap there. He's closing up very quick, 9 seconds between himself and DeVille. Luckily for him, though, he has not been lapped from Brandon Smith. But it will have to occur very soon, now that both of them have done their pit stops. 3 seconds, though, between Oswin Wilson and Marlon Young. Very interesting out here. As you see how these strategies unfold with 25 minutes to go. If you're just tuning in now, we are live here at Road Atlanta. This is the final round of the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship. I'm your host, Rahul Nasir from CMRSC. We are live on YouTube Gaming as well as the SportsMax app. If you're watching us through there, welcome. That should be your first time ever seeing us on the platform. This is our debut on there. As for on the YouTube side, we've been here for quite a while. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You'll be able to not only enter into the live chat and vote for your favorite drivers to see who wins this one, because it is getting very close with the GTE class. Vote for your favorite drivers, subscribe. We are on the course for 450 subscribers. It'd be awesome if you could tune in and show your support. So, as it stands right now, let's go over the order. Jaden Harrison, the Jamaican, leads this one, trying to gain this championship. He's yet to win one, but he has his seat in the playoffs. Danny Nasir was the championship leader. Could potentially find himself winning this championship if everything stays how it is. Brandon Smith, P3, a little bit far behind from the competition. Is a lot of work to do to catch up, as Jaden does a 1:10.7, personal best from him. Marlon Young, he is your leader of the GTE class. So there's currently 2 races going on. The DPIs, which is these really cool looking race car looking spaceships, and then the other ones, your modern day looking cars. That is the Aston Martin Vantage, followed by the BMW M8 and the Porsche 911. As we see Oswin Wilson getting overtaken. Martin Webster calls out and says, just get the overtake over with. I am not racing you for position. Brandon, with polite manners, says thank you. Jaden Harrison in the black and gold, Young Knight Racing. Cadillac gets past Marlon Young now. Luckily for him, Marlon is not going to get held up into corner entry. Now, when do the drivers pit? That is very important. So far, we've only seen 3 drivers come in for their stops. that being Brandon Smith. We've seen Martin Webster recently, and we have seen DeVille Park. And our current retirements are Lance Nasir, who is actually come back out on track. Looks like they fixed the issue on Lance Nasir's Cadillac. We're very happy to see Lance Nasir come out one final time in this championship. Of course, this is the last round of the Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club current season before we get into the playoffs. 2 seconds now between Oswin Wilson, the Guyanese, and his other fellow Guyanese, Marlon Young. Now, pit stops are going to be very interesting out here because as we look up the road here, it's Martin Webster, who has made his pit stop earlier, is going up against the other driver who made his pit stop, as all drivers need to make one mandatory pit sequence here. Martin Webster has caught up and is now under a second between himself and the Porsche, as able to race for position. One thing's for sure, though, Oswin's getting closer. Position is made successfully. Martin Webster up into the podium spot. Marlon is going to want to think about either defense or coming into the pits. Oh, I think he might be coming into the pits. I saw a little bit of brake. Yes, he is. Nail that pit entry in there, Marlon. You do not need a speeding penalty. That's the line. In there perfectly. Here we go. Now, this is going to be very important for a couple of reasons. Martin Webster has made his pit stop early on in this race. So can he catch up, and can the undercut be successful? And DeVille Park is also there. He is also in contention. We're going to figure it out as Danny Nasir pulls the undercut on Jaden Harrison. All right, and now Oswin Wilson in the lead now. He's going to be able to spread his wings now for this last 20 minutes. Pick a time where he can pit on his own. He has clear air. Oh, Lance Nasir. Oh, he's in the barrier. No yellows for him. He's by himself. We want to find out where Marlon Young is. He's exiting pits. Where is Martin Webster? Around the final corner. Oh, it looks like Marlon Young is actually able to stay ahead. Martin Webster 7 seconds off. Game on between the X-Plate drivers. Now that both of them have made their pit stops. Danny Nasir on corner exit. Pit lane exit. Here we go. The race is on. We have just 2 more drivers. Or a couple more drivers yet to make their pit stops. That's including Jaden Harrison and Oswin Wilson, as Oswin now takes it to the pits. All right, this is going to be even more crucial. 41 seconds, that's the difference. Marlon Young around the final corner before the straight. This is going to be very crucial between the race leaders. 20 minutes to go here in this one. In for a stop, Marlon Young, Martin Webster, the 2 X-Plate drivers on the back straight. DeVille, 5 seconds off, he's up there as well. We're gonna figure out now, here we go. Marlon around the final 2 corners. He's still in pit. When does he come out? Still in pit. He comes out now. Here we go. Race is on. Marlon Young as he comes around T1. Where is Wilson? Wilson gets speed. There they are, side by side. Who's gonna get it? Oswin Wilson is gonna get the overcut. Completed successfully. That is strategy at its best. What a move there from Oswin Wilson in the medium cup. Oh, wait, he goes off. Remember, those tires are cold. Can't push that quick. Marlon Young, though, on it. Oh, and DeVille Park off the track. No yellows for him. We stay green. Marlon Young now down into P2 in this race. Game on. 1 driver left to come in. That is Jaden Harrison. Here we go. 18 minutes left to go. And like I said, the sun you should be seeing is going to start to come out. 9/10 the difference between Marlon Young and Oswin Wilson. These are some very close rivals. We have seen them time in and time out throughout both of their careers. Lance Nasir has officially retired out of this one. Martin Webster has some work to do. 4 seconds. 120 from Marlon Young, a 118 from Martin Webster. 2 seconds faster, and you're about to see a very beautiful sky come up now as Jaden Harrison finally comes in for his stop. But there you see, there's Brandon Smith in P2 and Danny Nasir in P3. As both of those positions were able to swap during the pit sequence. But he is in, but one thing's for sure, he might be able to get away. Brandon Smith, who did make his pit stop earlier, it made sense for him to be in the lead. Oh, but Marlon Young spins it. Oswin Wilson also off the track.
Virtual safety car.
And the VSC has been deployed and Marlon Young has retired.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Marlon Young retiring out from this race, probably got a little too much damage, making contact with Oswin Wilson. We did not see it on stream, but the caution comes up for a third time as the sun comes back up.
Where's the rest of the field at?
Leaders are around turn 3.
So we can catch up?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Full speed to catch up. No overtaking. This is going to help out Danny. Yep, pits are open. Pits are always open. This is going to help out Danny Nasir, and I did hear that DeVille is going in for another stop. So this is going to be even more interesting because now he's going to have some fresh tires coming to the end of this one. Danny Nasir is going to be on the back foot of this restart.
I did not want that to come out.
This is Brandon Smith. Now realizes with the caution coming out, Danny Nasir is going to be all over the rear of him. The crowd still going nuts. They're enjoying this race out here. Here at Road Atlanta as we come down to the final 15 minutes of this championship. It has been an honor commentating this. As we come down to the very end, I cannot wait to see who is going to win it. It's anyone's game for this series. P6 of DeVille. All right, 2 laps under yellow. You can put that up to 100 kilometers, 100 kilometers maximum. So Danny Nasir is now behind one GTE car. That is really going to hamper his start. Just want to clarify, once the countdown goes off, when you see the green flag, overtaking is allowed. So it doesn't matter if you guys are behind the start-finish line or ahead. Once that countdown goes to green flag, overtaking is allowed again. So, Brandon Smith, interestingly, decides to come into the pits. Now, I'm not too sure what kind of strategy play that is, but maybe those tires are just done for. He wants some fresh compounds to the end.
Oh, Mr. Marlon.
Retired out after the incident. And that unfortunately leaves 3 cars, but a podium between all 3 of them for sure. So the Porsche of DeVille has caught up. Brandon Smith still in the pits. We're going to go green on this lap. All right, Brandon, they're close to the back straight. Close to the back straight. And there you see your competition lined up. Will this be the final caution of this championship? We're gonna sound it off one final time. 13 minutes and 1 lap. Jaden Harrison has a GTE car between himself and Danny Nasir. No Michael Massey this time, so we're not clearing that car. All right, Brandon, you're coming up to them very quick, so just watch your pace. We're going to be going green on this lap, so get ready. Single file restart, so be very close to the driver up ahead. You're allowed to start closing up that gap. Here we go.
DPI's by?
If you like to, yeah, sure. If you want to let Danny go by. Here we go.
Get ready, going green.
So, Martin Webster has allowed Danny Nasir to go
5,
through.
4.
Here we go!
3,
The final
2,
restart, hopefully!
1.
Let's go
Go,
racing!
go, 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 go!
Good start there from the BMW as we go green. A weird start there from Osmond Wilson. DeVille's gonna take advantage. Side by side for the lead. Jaden keeps it. There we see DeVille losing out. Oh, in the grass there just slightly. 12 minutes, 11 minutes, and 22 seconds left to go in this one. DeVille facing the opposite way. Single car incident, however, we stay green. He is gonna get that third place on that podium if it stays how it is. But here we go, some work to do now between all the drivers. Brandon Smith is gonna get that pass done very quickly now. Oh, a little bit too much. Almost sliding the rear end. And Osmond Wilson is just gonna have 11 minutes to take the lead and to potentially win this one here at Road Atlanta. Unfortunate there for Marlon Young, though, to see him retire out early. It's a shame that we couldn't see what he was able to do in this race. But if you're just tuning in to the stream of the SportsMax app, we welcome you out to Road Atlanta. It's the final 10 minutes of this championship, as there we see Brandon Smith needing to get past
Go on, Brandon.
Martin Webster, and Brandon is going to get the go by from him. That's going to allow Osmond Wilson to close up just that bit more. 4 seconds, 4.5, the difference between Jaden Harrison and Danny Nasir.
Thank you.
And there we see all the GTE cars have now officially been lapped from everyone. Now that leaves the racing to really get underway. And now that the DPIs and the GTEs are completely separated from each other, so they don't got to worry about tripping over them. 2.4 seconds, the difference between Osmond Wilson in the BMW, Premature Acceleration Sim Sport versus X-Play's Martin Webster in the Aston Martin. It all comes down to this 10 minutes to go. And just doing some stuff and points calculations on our side here. And as I was doing that, Danny Nasir was able to close up that gap between himself and Jaden Harrison. The sun has officially come back out. These two have had an amazing rivalry throughout this whole championship. We take it back to Long Beach, where Danny Nasir got his get back at Jaden Harrison early on in this series to take the championship lead. And ever since, he has been consistent, only missing out, I think, 1 or 2 races. I think Jaden can say the same as well. But overall, the thing that separated these two drivers has definitely been, as before I say that, Osmond Wilson, 5/10 quicker than Martin Webster that lap. Danny Nasir, the way he's been able to keep this championship lead was through the bonus weekly points. We allow drivers bonus points in the championship if they are able to secure either the fastest lap done throughout the week of practice or the fastest lap, or sorry, the most laps. So the fastest lap, if you're the fastest driver of the whole week, or if you do the most laps as DeVille off the track once more, but he is by himself. He needs a huge wreck up ahead. And he's going to need a huge wreck up ahead if we see them under another yellow. But we're coming down to it. 109.8 from Jaden, a 113.0. Danny Nasir making a lot of mistakes that lap. Can't get it done. We're coming down to the very end of this championship and this race. Oswin Wilson has closed up the gap between himself and Martin Webster. Can Martin Webster hold on for 6 minutes and 30 seconds plus one extra fateful lap? It's coming down to the wire here, folks. What is going to happen between these two drivers? What a year it has been for Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club as we end off the current season, the 2023 season here today, before we enter the playoffs, Race of Champions. If you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere, because after the interviews of the top 3 drivers, or well, every driver here today, we're going to be looking at the 2023 Race of Champions trailer. You do not want to miss that one. But it is Oswin Wilson, who does not have to worry about Marlon Young anymore as he retires out early on in this race. It's now down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Oswin Wilson closing up that gap, climbing up the gears, 1.1 the difference. Just able to touch in the slipstream. Brandon Smith, personal best, a 113.7. He's starting to push that car to try to catch up to Danny Nasir, but he has 11 seconds in 5 minutes. I'm not too sure if he can get that one done. But there is the rear end of Martin Webster, 118.5 against a 118.3. 5 minutes to go for this championship. Who is it going to be for the race win of the GTE class? Jaden Harrison, as everything stays perfect, they'll be able to win this one. As we watch this race, we're going to be doing the live championship calculations. Hold on a second, Oswin Wilson weaving down the straight behind him. Currently 1:30 at Road Atlanta. The sun is out, the track temperature is high, and the grip levels are off the charts. Oswin Wilson realizing that unable to push a lot more. 1/10, 2/10 the difference on the back straight. What can we see between these two drivers? He pulls out to the outside. Does he get the move done? It's a desperate lunge. Can he get it done? Martin Webster holds on. Onto the brakes. Oswin Wilson, can he get the switchback of dreams? No, he cannot. Fights back for another day. What a fight between these two guys closing off this championship. Firmly in that slipstream, there you see that engine being stressed out. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in this one. Who is it going to be? We do not know. This race is heating up. We get to the very end. 3 minutes, 19 seconds. And counting. Oh, both of them having a very weird off track there. None of them losing any time to each other. What a race this has been. Thus far, as we come down to the end, 8/10 the difference. Oswin has to pull that back up if he wants one final shot at victory. as they go around T1 with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. We're currently doing the championship calculations. But as it stands now, if the positions were to stay for the GTE class, Martin Webster is going to go home. Oh, wait a second. Oh, my goodness. Oswin Wilson narrowly avoiding that wall there as he pushes so hard in the BMW. Are the rear tires lit up? I don't know. Oh my goodness, that was very close between these two. But if it stands like this, Martin Webster is going to go home to be the final driver to qualify for Race of Champions. However, there's one more. The fight between Jaden Harrison and Danny Nasir. We're still not too sure about that championship. Hold on a second! Hold on! Danny Nasir off the track pushing! Where is Brandon Smith? There he is! Gets back onto the gas now. Brandon Smith has a chance! 1 minute to go. He needs to clear the Porsche. He's gonna do so. Danny Nasir might have overcooked those tires. He's on softs. 47 seconds. Meanwhile, 6/10 the difference between Oswin Wilson and Martin Webster. I was about to say, Danny Nasir might lose this championship if he finishes third. I'm not too sure if he's fine in second. He might be. We're gonna calculate it to the very end. 30 seconds to go on the timer. I think we're confirmed for 2 to go at the line. Because right behind these two guys, I think, yep, it is the race leader of the DPIs. Here comes Wilson. Is it a final chance? He's alongside him. He needs to clear him through the chicane. Martin needs to send it. He does it. So heavy on the brakes. Down to second, very deep, off the track. Oswin pushes him off, gets pushed off just slightly. Can't get it done. 2 laps to go. Is gonna turn into the final lap for the DPIs. Final lap for Jaden Harrison. If Jaden can get past these 2 cars ahead, get this, it will be the final lap for everyone, and I think it's gonna happen. Jaden sliding through one, gets through the other. Here we go! This is it, the final lap of the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship Petit Le Mans Finale Triple Points! Oswin Wilson, can he pull off the miraculous last lap dash to win this one? He needs to get it done, but he needs to buy his time correctly. Martin Webster pushing him off. Closes the gap. And here we go. This is it. This is the last chance you got. Set this corner up. Square it well. Put the power down. And pray to God that you got the slipstream. Oswin Wilson, he is far back. Brandon Smith slips it off the track. Yellows are coming up, but he's still last. It doesn't matter. He's still going to finish P3. Oswin Wilson, does he have it? He's so far behind. Martin Webster sets up the final corner. You need to square this one off. Around the final corner, though. Jaden Harrison is going to win it here at Road Atlanta. Fireworks go up for him. Martin Webster is just about going to hold up. He's going to take the final spot for Race of Champions. Danny Nasir. Around the final couple of corners, we have done the calculations. Danny Nasir is in fact going to do it. He's not only going to confirm his seat in the playoffs, Danny Nasir has won the IMSA Assetto Corsa DPI standings. It goes to him. Brandon Smith is going to be kicking himself early on for that one. For a simple mistake. He finishes third. DeVille Park around the final corner. The last driver to come across the line. And that, my friends, is IMSA complete. The points have been calculated. To start off with the GTE class, your finishers, of course, Martin Webster, Oswin Wilson, DeVille Park. Shame we got the retirement from Marlon Young. But Martin Webster, not only did you win this race, you have confirmed yourself for the final spot of a Race of Champions. You made the playoffs. You made the transfer. How do you feel, Martin?
Oh boy, husband, hats off. That's the hardest race I've ever done and the hardest set of defending. I mean, lots of times I don't want to defend that hard because, you know, rubbing is racing, but you don't want to ruin a race. But I really wanted this win. This was the track that I got my first ever pole position against the great Justin Nazir.
That is true.
And to get the win the very next year at this track is, it's something really special. Shame about Marla, but yeah, I had to win this one for Marla because he was right next to me. He was right next to me cheering me on.
What a race that was. You held off a charging Oswin Wilson. Of course, Oswin being your favorite rival there at X-Play. Yeah, but still, what a defense. You finally got the win under in the bag. That was an incredible fight from you there at the end. You not only win it, but yeah, once again, you got the playoff set. You are ready to go to fight to become the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Champion in the next series. Martin Webster, any final words?
Yeah, this is probably the greatest birthday present because today is my birthday. I turned 56.
Oh, wow.
So this is a good birthday present for me. I can go have a few drinks now and enjoy myself.
Enjoy the champagne and happy birthday, Martin. What a race from you.
Yeah, thanks very much.
In P2, though, Oswin Wilson. Wow, Oswin, that was a crazy race there from you. You couldn't get the move done against Martin Webster, but you finished in a strong P2 result in that BMW. Oswin, take it away. Oswin, do we have you? Can't hear you.
He's still in the chat.
Yeah. All right. Oswin, we'll skip you for now. We'll go over P3 and we'll come back to you. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So in P3, we have DeVille Park. DeVille, a great drive from you there early on in the race. We did see you with a couple of mistakes towards the end, but you managed to get yourself on that podium at the very end here. DeVille, how do you feel?
It was a difficult race. I came into this weekend with literally no practice. It was a busy week, so yeah, it was a good race after all. Didn't expect P3. Yeah, not much to say. Had a little mistakes. It was very hard to keep the car in the track because I didn't make a setup too.
Oh, wow.
So,
stock setup.
yeah, it was really difficult. But yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, I can understand that. Not too much to talk about through that. It was a pretty quiet race, other than the fact that you did have some great battles between yourself and your other fellow competitors. But yeah, amazing result there from you regardless, and we've definitely seen you improve over the past couple of races. And yeah, hopefully we can see you in the future there, DeVille, as yeah, you're really turning out to be one of our fastest drivers here. Congratulations on that podium, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
And Oswin, do we have you on the mic?
Yeah, I mean, sorry about that.
No worries, bro. So you finish in P2. Just nothing left on the table there for you. You put everything down and you gave Martin Webster a hard fight. Unfortunately, you come out in P2. But still, I would say that is a win in my book. You had such a good fight with him. And yeah, take us through that race there, Oswin.
Well, yeah, Martin looked like Aston Martin was really good on the brakes. I didn't expect that, but that's the only way he could stay in front. So he was really good on the brakes. I couldn't do nothing. That was it. The race, I don't really know what happened to Marlon, but I was really looking for the one race Marlon to the end. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, it was a good race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Especially the start with the field, following him, trying to not let Martin and Marlon run away at the start, but and it ended up working out with the safety cars and virtual safety cars and stuff like that. But it was a good race. Hope to see more persons coming out to these races.
Yeah, indeed. I get that. Yeah, next week we hopefully will be seeing a lot more drivers. With a new championship, you always get a very good attendance. But overall, though, despite the big attendance, you guys gave us a great show. So congratulations on that P2 spot. And I know you're a very busy man, so I'm not too sure when you're going to be able to come back with us, but I can't wait to see you when you do. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And in the DPI class, the points have been calculated, and the gap difference between our main two championship rivals, Danny Nasir and Jaden Harrison, was 11 points, and your winner of the 2023 IMSA Assetto Corsa Sports Car Championship, the DPI class, it's Danny Nasir. Danny, you have done it. You have gained yourself, you've earned your first championship here in CMRSC. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm happy. Consistent through the entire championship. I think I only got the one win at Long Beach, but consistency, keeping in there, and keeping Jaden honest whenever I can, and didn't allow him to get away from me. He's always had the pace, but if you can just keep banking the points, then the end result will be the championships. You know what? I'm happy. First one at CMRSC, and big shout out. I know our first broadcast and Sportsmax today, so big up to Sportsmax and for carrying CMRSC, and carrying the Caribbean name, Caribbean banner in our name. Definitely, we're a force to reckon with all the other groups out there, especially within our demographic within the Caribbean. So big up CMRSC, big up Sportsmax. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure. Like Oswin said, hopefully we start seeing some more bigger guys, bigger turnout now that we've got a new championship on the horizon coming. But second place championship. Thank you. Happy, great, and happy birthday, Martin.
Thank you very much, Danny. And wow, we were on Sportsmax. All the people that watched us on Sportsmax, hope you come out for the next one.
Hopefully so, yeah. Great racing from you there, Danny. Congratulations on that result. And we'll carry it back over to Jaden Harrison. Jaden, you've done everything there, sir, but unfortunately you have come up short this time around. But it was another dominant race from you there. A fantastic result, another race win to add to your tally. How was that one?
That race was very exciting. At the start, I just wanted to kind of hold back, keep consistent. Didn't get much practice. I didn't want to push the car too much as well. I know this track is very sketchy, very difficult in these high-speed cars, but that was a very good championship. I like the one-year format. Had some esports stuff here over in Jamaica and some special events, so I didn't get to partake in all the events. But a good fight with Danny there towards the end, and good racing. Love the series. Big up to everybody.
And thank you so much. Yeah, that was an amazing result there from you as well. And I have seen the crazy improvement you have gone through over the entire year. Of course, IMSA, our first championship to span through from January now to November. You've had some crazy improvements, and yeah, as we set ourselves off now for the playoffs, you of course have already got yourself ready to go there. So yeah, any last shout outs you want to say?
Yeah. Congrats to Danny for winning the championship, being consistent. Big up Sportsmax, CMRSC, everybody out there.
And thank you so much for coming out here today. Congratulations on that win. In third place here, Brandon Smith. Another podium result here for you today. Great result, great racing as well. Take us through that one.
At the start, I honestly thought I had the pace to stick with Jaden and Danny, but a few mistakes later and one wall later kind of proved a little bit difficult on the car. all in all, it was just fell on me that I just didn't do well.
Well, one thing's for sure, though. There's one thing I do want to highlight. You were one of the first drivers to come in for a pit stop for that tire change. Was that all a late strategy call by any chance?
That one was the double. I had to do 2 pit stops. Well, the first one I offset my fuel the wrong direction, so the second one was off a strat to try and get some new softs and fuel, and maybe keep the car light as can be.
Indeed, yeah, and as well as it did work out, unfortunately, that last VSC did come out, basically ruining that strategy, but you did have P2 in the back there towards the very end, but you do finish in another solid podium P3. And yeah, like I've said with all the other drivers, I'm not just saying it. Brandon, you have definitely improved as someone. I know you're a very quick man on the oval side. I can't wait to see what you could do for Race of Champions on the NASCAR side of things. But on the road course side, you have been improving race after race after race. I love seeing you out here. And this was just a crazy example. As such, we saw you early on in that race challenging those leaders. So yeah, can't wait to see what you can do in the future. But congratulations, Brandon, on that P3.
Thank you. I would also like to shout out to my own team, Blackout Motorsports and Heimdall on the Viking side. Also shout out to all the leagues that I do broadcast on the other side of everything, and to you, Raul, for always showing consistent support in all the racing I do.
Indeed, man. Many shout-outs to you guys out there as well. So yeah, congratulations on that P3 result. That's going to do it for us for this race and this championship. However, we're going to be showing off now, finally, what Race of Champions is all about. I'm going to turn your attention onto the stream. We're not going to be screen sharing it through the Discord. There might be some issues with it. But yeah, through SportsMax and through YouTube, you're getting the exclusive look at the 2023 Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club Race of Champions. I'm going to send the link to YouTube and SportsMac now in the chat, so you can hop into the stream really quickly to watch the trailer. As for the Discord now, you're free to leave. Have yourselves a good evening. And what a race it had been towards the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, Race of Champions is next. What is ROC? ROC is our playoffs. The playoffs that happen at the end of the year. We saw it last year, but the format is a little bit different. Each championship allowed a driver, once they won the championship, to qualify for this finale. It's kind of like NASCAR. When you win a race, you get entered into the playoffs. For us, when you win a championship, you get entered into the playoffs. If you were to win multiple championships, you go down to the second place driver. If they've won a championship, it's P3, and so on. This is it, though. The Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club 2023 current season has come to an end. As we sell it off now, this is Race of Champions 23. Enjoy. Who's gonna win this one? Parabola gonna go! Daniel looking to the inside. Martin looking for the outside for the better exit. Can we see a photo finish? Daniel goes in, makes the move. Can Martin hold on? No, he can't. Is it gonna be a photo finish? I don't think so. Daniel Williams is winning it at Monza. Oh my God. And here we go. Ian Latz defending on the inside. Marlon Young on the outside. It's 3 wide. 3 wide on the front straight. Jaden Harrison all over the rear of Danny this year. Danny has just a couple of corners to go to call it victory. Jaden Harrison, he needs to dive at this time. It's a desperate dive, but he needs to keep it clean. The only driver that can challenge Raul Prince after on the back straight one final time. Kale now, the Jamaican needs the ultra run of a lifetime. Can he get the slipstream? He dives it down low. Oh, he's getting closer. He is getting closer. Raul Prince out, just a couple hundred feet from victory. Can he do it? I think he can. Kale pulls out. No, he can. Raul Prince just gets it done. Who's it gonna be? Webster goes off the track completely. He saves it. Luca going around. Can he get the photo finish? Can we see it done? No, he doesn't. Top wins it at Talladega. They go through here. It looks like Brandon is actually letting go of drivers. 3 wide in the back. They're almost 4 wide. As they all hustle through. On board with Kill now early on. Door to door. I think Lance this year is also in there. Martin Webster has the run. He's on the inside. Can he get the move done without contact? They're limit door to door. Can Cole follow through? Oh, they're both off the track. Where is Sean? There he is. Oh, they're going to go side by side. Both of them are going to steal through. Yes, they are. Side by side. Martin Webster. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. Hard on the brakes. Locking on. Contact is made. Both drivers. One spins around. Moss in the lead, followed by Jaden Harrison, Stephen Pummelsberg into the Eaton. Oswald Wilson, Tiago onto the inside of Oswald. Oh, it's contact. Straightens him out. No, he doesn't. Great start coming from the Lancer as he barges through. And can he take the lead? DeVille on the inside. Contact is made. Martin sets his get back. DeVille trying to push off Jaden Harrison. But it is DeVille